Jared McCain just called himself the Rookie of the Year, and he may actually be telling the truth, because in his last 7 games, he's been on an absolute heater, dropping at least 20 points in each of those games. Let me say that again, 7 straight 20-plus point games. Those are numbers you'd expect from a top 5 pick this early in the season, not the 16th. But with the Sixers basically falling apart before our very eyes, Jared McCain has been the one beacon of hope for this Philadelphia franchise. And we need to start with his 3-point shooting, because while Jared has shown very promising potential in nearly every level of scoring, his threes are his lethal weapon. And it's plays like these which you don't see from many players in general, let alone a rookie. He drives on Jarrett Allen and misses the layup. But instead of staying out of the play, he immediately runs back to the 3-point line and knocks down the triple. Relocation is an offensive asset that was popularized by Steph Curry. However, nobody does it to the level of the greatest shooter ever, and some don't even do it at all. But Jared McCain might just be on the road to mastering the art that is relocation. Here he gets the ball in transition. He drives in the paint to engage Franz Wagner and kicks it out to PG before relocating back to the wing for a 3. But relocation isn't just running around the court without a thought in mind, it requires an understanding of spacing as well. And it's what makes Jared different from many other players. His spatial awareness is on another level, which shines in his ability to get open threes. Kyle Lowry has the ball on the right wing, and Jared starts at the deep left wing. As Lowry begins to drive to the paint, Jared slides down into open space for a catch-and-shoot 3. Now watch this play, where Jared is starting in the right corner. As Paul George drives and engages the defense, Jared begins to head towards all the open space on the perimeter. As Caleb Martin drives towards the baseline, he picks up his dribble. Once he turns around, Jared has fully relocated to the opposite wing to provide an outlet for Caleb, and he knocks down the 3.
McCain gets a good look for 3 and knocks it down.
Again, this time a much simpler example. Jared starts in the weak side corner. As Reggie Jackson drives, McCain starts to walk up to fill space. But once Reggie is looking to pass, Jared slides back down towards the corner to open an outlet for an easy 3. And I know what you're probably thinking. There's a lot of great shooters in the NBA, especially with the increased volume of threes being shot. Players have learned to move off the ball and have some understanding of the court around them. But a lot of those guys are mainly, quote, just shooters. And what I mean by that is they are purely catch and shoot players. Basically, what I'm trying to say is there's a difference between a guy like Duncan Robinson and Steph Curry. And fortunately for Jared, his game is much more similar to Steph than Duncan. Obviously, Jared McCain isn't Steph Curry, but he has the ability to score on multiple levels. Like on this play, he drives to his left, forcing Brandon Miller to cut him off, before hitting a spin move and knocking down the fadeaway jumper. Jared's ability to create scoring openings for himself stems from a combination of creativity and attacking the front foot. Here he is in isolation against Grant Williams. He starts with a between the legs into a crossover to shift Grant Williams. Then he does a hesitation, exposing the front foot before crossing over to attack it, leading to a nice finish in the lane. Now watch him in transition here. He crosses over to his right and begins his drive, before hitting a behind the back move to attack the front foot right here. While the defender is opening up, Jared has a straight line to the basket and finishes the tough layup. And as far as creativity goes, I think it speaks for itself.
Philly turnovers. Miserable for McCain.
Jared McCain with 11 and the start tonight. The scoop and the score for the rookie.
And as the NBA continues to advance, bigger guards are becoming more and more common. Guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Luka Doncic are prime examples. But Jared McCain isn't a bigger guard, nor is he an extremely athletic one. But he knows his strengths and he executes them to perfection. And even though we're hearing more and more about the disadvantages of being a traditional sized guard, that doesn't mean they aren't still very effective, because matchups are always a thing in basketball. And Jared McCain just so happens to be very good at taking advantage of his. Like on this play, where he gets a matchup that he favors. He walks Dennis down to his spot and simply shoots right over him.
Spinning to his left, fading away, getting the roll.
This time he has a taller matchup in LaMelo Ball. However, it doesn't matter. He still gets to his spot, stops on a dime, and pulls up for the midi. And even when the matchup doesn't seem to favor him, it still does, because look at him on this play against Jonathan Isaac. He gets to his spot and does a slight pump fake to get Isaac off balance before doing a step through for the layup. Every defender has their weakness, and Jared McCain is just great at recognizing them. Against Dennis Schroeder, he shoots over him. Against LaMelo, he shrugs him off by stopping on a dime. And against Jonathan Isaac, he uses his quickness to his advantage. That's 3 different counters against 3 different defenders at 3 different sizes. And any player that's this early in their career and can already be effective against multiple matchups is going to be a good player. And given some time and development, a potentially great player, which is exactly what the 76ers need at this point with the way things have been going. But what's been another level of Jared's game is his ability to playmake in general, because as we all know, one player can only do so much on their own, let alone a rookie. Watch him on this play where he gets a step on Darius Garland, forcing Jarrett Allen to drop. He then kicks it back out to Yabusele for a wide open 3. Now look at this play where he gets blitzed, and instead of panicking, he keeps his composure and gets the ball to Drummond, who then finishes the layup. And because Jared's been asked to do a lot very early due to the health of this team, he's been handling the ball a lot more. But that doesn't mean he can't be just as effective without it. Remember, shooting and relocating is one of Jared's primary strengths. And if you throw him in the mix with the healthy Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey, I can only imagine the shots he gets will be a lot easier. But for now, while the 76ers are occupying the bottom of the league, we get to enjoy Jared McCain shocking the NBA world. Well, that and the post-game TikToks. Daryl Morey may not be the most liked guy in the NBA world, but drafting Jared McCain is proving to be the steal of the draft. Now, obviously, it's still way too early to tell who will win the Rookie of the Year award, but as of right now, Jared McCain is 100% the favorite to win. But what do you guys think? Is Jared going to maintain this level of play for the entire season? And who do you got winning Rookie of the Year this season? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. She took the floor and she said